Winter quiz, don't freeze. 35 questions about the winter season, 3 answer options, 10 seconds per question. Complete the quiz. Write your answer in the comments and share with a friend. Which ocean is covered by ice most of the year? Indian, Arctic, Atlantic. The Arctic Ocean is covered by ice most of the year. In which month does the winter solstice occur in the Northern Hemisphere? November, December, January. The winter solstice occurs in December. Which animal has the densest fur in the world? Arctic wolf, sea otter, Arctic fox. The sea otter has the densest fur of any mammal. What is the scientific term for fear of cold? Cryophobia, nyctophobia, acrophobia. Cryophobia is the fear of cold and low temperatures. Which city is considered the coldest major city in the world? Helsinki, Ulaanbaatar, Reykjavik. Ulaanbaatar is known for extremely cold winters. Which color absorbs heat best in winter? Black, white, gray. Black absorbs heat more efficiently. Why does snow crunch underfoot in frost? Because of wind, because of ice crystals, because of humidity. Fragile ice crystals break under pressure, making a crunch. Who was the first to reach the South Pole? Roald Amundsen, Robert Scott, Ernest Shackleton. Amundsen's expedition was the first to reach the South Pole. Which sport originated from winter hunting training? Biathlon, curling, snowboarding. Biathlon evolved from ski hunting with a rifle. Why do snowflakes always have 6 arms? Because of wind, because of water structure, because of pressure. Water molecules form a hexagonal lattice. What is the lowest temperature ever recorded on Earth? Minus 69 degrees Celsius. Minus 89 degrees Celsius. Minus 112 degrees Celsius. Minus 89 degrees Celsius was recorded at Vostok Station in Antarctica. Which winter phenomenon can distort objects on the horizon? Mirage, fog, smog. Cold mirages occur due to air layer refraction. Which metal becomes brittle in extreme cold? Gold, mercury, iron. Iron loses its ductility at very low temperatures. Which drink historically helped polar explorers stay warm? Tea, cocoa, fatty broth. Hot fatty drinks provided energy in extreme cold. What is the term for a brief winter warm spell? Monsoon, thaw, and a cyclone. A thaw temporarily raises temperatures in winter. Why do many polar animals have black skin? For camouflage, To absorb heat. For water protection. Dark skin absorbs sunlight to conserve heat. Which winter sport debuted at the first Winter Olympics? Skeleton, figure skating, bobsleigh. Skeleton was included in the 1924 Winter Games. What is the dense sea ice dangerous for ships called? Pack ice, frost, Neelas. Pack ice forms massive, hazardous ice fields. Why does winter air feel drier? Less oxygen. Cold holds less moisture. Stronger wind. Cold air contains less water vapor. Which animal can stay active at -50 degrees Celsius without hibernating? Polar bear, Arctic fox, walrus. The Arctic fox survives extreme sub-zero temperatures. Why are days shorter in winter? Because of orbit, because of axial tilt, because of the moon. Earth's axial tilt affects daylight duration. Which clouds most often bring prolonged snowfall? Cumulus, nimbostratus, cirrus. Nimbostratus clouds bring steady snow. Which material most often loses elasticity in cold? Glass, wood, rubber. Rubber stiffens and loses elasticity in cold. What is the greatest ice thickness ever measured on lakes? About 2 meters, about 10 meters, over 20 meters. On Lake Vita, ice exceeds 20 m and is a record. Why does snow appear white though ice is transparent? Because of air, because of light reflection, because of impurities. Snow scatters light in all directions. Which phenomenon occurs in high latitudes during winter? White nights, polar night, lunar eclipse. During polar night, the sun does not rise above the horizon. Which animal uses its tail as a warm scarf? Lynx, fox, Arctic fox. The Arctic fox covers its face with its tail while sleeping. Which material best retains heat in clothing? Cotton, wool, linen. Wool retains heat even when damp. What speed record is set by icebreakers? Over 10 knots in ice, over 15 knots in ice, over 25 knots in ice. Modern icebreakers can exceed 15 knots in ice. Why is ice slippery even without water on top? Because of ice crystals, because of pressure, because of dust. Pressure creates a thin water layer underfoot. Which clothing item was developed for extreme cold? Scarf, down jacket, beret. Down jackets were designed for survival in extreme cold. Which effect makes winter feel colder with wind? Greenhouse effect, wind chill, inversion. Wind accelerates body heat loss. What is the ice forming heavy layers on objects called? Glaze ice, frost, nihilus. Glaze ice creates dangerous thick ice coatings. Why does sound travel farther in winter? Due to humidity, due to dense air, due to pressure. Cold air conducts sound waves better. Which capital is considered the northernmost of sovereign countries? Oslo, Reykjavik, Helsinki. Reykjavik is the northernmost capital of a sovereign state.
Support me with a like, share with a friend, and take the next quiz.